I pledge allegiance. Hold on. Sergeant of Arms is here.
I'm sorry to be so late.
So, Mr. Graziano, as our Sergeant of Arms, as our Constitution calls, it is your job to lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please follow me.
When you're ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Take seats.
Bob. Right now we call the meeting to order. Thank you for everyone for coming out. We'll change this venue. We have, those who don't know, the library is doing new LED lighting. So hopefully when we go there we can have a disco. So we will be... Disco? No. You're going to throw an album at me? So anyway, so the... you know, and we're going to be going to our next meeting. Will be May 15th, I believe. And I believe that if it's a Sunday,
it is a Sunday.
Then it's May 15th. Second floor. It's going to be from 1:30 to 3:30.
That's
normal
upstairs?
times. Yes.
Kings
Highway Library, 2015 Ocean Avenue, and that will be from 1:30 to 3:30. So right now we don't have a guest speaker lined up. It might just be. I believe we might have Cottrell Gore possibly do his presentation on counterterrorism and stuff like that. So we might do something like that. We're working on possibly having Senate candidate Wendy Long speak to us.
That'd be great.
She will be speaking next week at the same location here at 4 p.m. if anyone's interested, but that's the second day of Passover, so it might not work for some people. So that will be with the Brooklyn Young Republican Club. So if you happen to be available, you want to stop by here, same location here, at 4 p.m. That will be Wendy Long, Senate candidate for New York State. She will be speaking, but we're also going to try to have her speak. Now the thing we're going to run into, it most likely can't be at the library, because the library has rules that they can't have candidates speak. You can have a senator or what have you, as long as it's not like they're talking in the capacity that they're running for office. So we have to come up with a different plan. I was thinking we had a meeting or two in my backyard in the past. We might have it in my backyard, but of course we run into what about if it rains? So we're going to have a backup. And the backup would be the church, what is it called? The 7th Avenue Memorial Baptist? Is that what?
Oh, the 8th Avenue one?
8th Avenue Memorial. They have a section within that church. It's a meeting area. There's no icons on the wall for those who are religious Jewish or another religion. That shouldn't be an issue because it doesn't have any iconic stuff on the walls. So we've used that once in the past, at least with the Brooklyn Young Republican Club when I was president. We had Becky Russo speak. So we have that as the most likely to be the backup. So that would be the backup if it's going to rain that day. We know the day before it's going to be a rain, So that's what we're looking to do. Nothing's finalized yet. This is preliminary right now. This is what we're looking to do at least for June or so. So look for that hopefully coming up so we can hear our Senate candidate speak and see what our views are in front of the Brooklyn Tea Party. Also, we're looking to do other things as we get closer to the final election process in November. Hopefully we will do a rally or two if Hillary Clinton is a candidate. You know, she has a campaign office.
Lots of rallies.
Lots of rallies. She's looking to have her she has a campaign office in downtown Brooklyn, in Court Street. When I was president of the Brooklyn Young Republican Club last year, we did do a rally in front of our place. It was quite fun and entertaining. It's on YouTube if you want to see. I appeared as Bill Clinton. So, I tell you, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you is please don't vote for my wife. So I'm just saying, could you imagine waking up every morning hearing that voice on the clock radio when you wake up, starting the new fresh day, hearing, oh Lord, very slow.
She's worse.
It could,
There was a cartoon
but she still wants some Chelsea president next.
Orange jumpsuit behind
Oh, yeah, okay.
oh, well, orange is the new black, as they say.
And Bill is outside the bars, and she says, how long am I going to be in here? And he says, at this point, what difference does it make?
Doesn't make, yeah.
Yeah. So also, me personally, I'm a Republican district leader. I am working on trying to be a delegate to the Republican convention myself. And so I'm going to be working on that. Obviously, I'm supporting Trump. So that those who don't, that's fine. We all could, look, we're all like-minded people, and at the end of the day, just different ways of going about certain things, and that's fine. When everyone's included, everyone's welcome. We don't go, oh, you're a case of go to hell, or you're a Cruz person. No, not at all. Everyone is welcome. Difference of opinion, that's what makes America great. So, but me personally, I'm looking to become a delegate, and hopefully, you know, we'll get the Brooklyn Tea Party name out there as a representative of the organization, and we'll hopefully have a voice in Ohio. So let's see if that actually works. As a district leader, I could have a vote of who I want to choose within my congressional district. There's a couple people vying for that position, of course. I'm in a split district that goes into Manhattan. I'm in the Gerald Nadler district of the 10th congressional. So I'm sure Manhattan wants their people. There's 3 choices, and 3 choices for delegate, 3 choices for alternate. I don't want to be an alternate. I'm working 20-something years in this party. I want to be a delegate finally after 20-some odd years or so. So let's see if that actually happens. But I will represent the Brooklyn Tea Party, because by that point, hopefully it will be decided at that convention. And we'll see where that takes us. So if anyone has, before we start, we're going to have our funny Eric Gallup over there with a wonderful stand-up. Thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate it. If anyone has any just questions about things?
Before we start, I just want to express some of the feelings that I encountered with some people when I walked in today. I came in a little early, and there were already people here, and I was told that because of the location that was picked, some people did not show up because they don't frequent these type of places.
Right.
Another group of people told me that we need to start on time.
Okay.
Someone suggested a location like 9th Club, which is in the basement.
Okay, if someone can get me that location and it doesn't cost us anything, or if it does a minute amount, by all means, that's why we're going to try to do a 50-50.
I have another suggestion, by the way.
Because we're going to have
I have access also, I think you know, the Methodist Hospital.
They don't allow public...
They don't? I have a friend of mine who actually was able to get us in there, but I think...
If you can get us in, that's great. But I inquired about Methodist Hospital, and I was
speak to
told
my friend Damien there, Zambrano?
No, not that person.
Okay.
But that's what I was told. They don't allow political meetings.
Okay.
So we won't be political.
That's the
No,
thing.
that's not
It's hard to find a location in Brooklyn, and if they do, I mean, we could find a location. They would want $300, $400. I don't think you know, we could really afford that at this point in time. We don't have membership dues for this year, so we don't have an income flow to help pay for those costs. So
Len,
that's
can
why
I make
we're
a
over.
suggestion?
Yeah.
Why can't we ask everyone who comes to all future meetings to give a $1 donation? Everybody.
It's not enough.
I know it's not, but over time, that amount of money will build.
Right.
Now, 50-50. Suppose you don't take a 50-50, you lose out on that person.
Right. So make sure we get the 50-50.
But if we can get that Methodist Hospital location, that would be ideal because it's a perfect room.
Yes.
So if you can talk to your friend, that would be nice.
Well, if they off the bat told you that they don't really allow political meetings there, that could be an issue.
Okay, so with that, thank you for those suggestions. We'll definitely take that to under advisement. Actually, I have to work on being on time myself. I'm always late for work, so it's a tradition I keep on bringing everywhere I go, so I do apologize for that. Yes,
I'm going to make an announcement. If anybody's interested in the affairs of Mrs. Clinton, they hired... If anybody's interested in the affairs of Mrs. Clinton, they hired David Kendall last week. It became official.
Really?
He was the gentleman that negotiated from Petraeus's not going to prison, and he also was the gentleman who met with Bill Clinton and Robert Ray the day before George Bush became president. And what's the name? And Bill Clinton pleaded no contest and was found guilty of all the charges against him, where he was fined $800,000 and he lost his law license and everything. Robert Ray was the one that Kendall was the guy that set that thing up. And so But that's why you never hear that. He's the sleeper. He's the negotiator. So they hired him last week.
For Hillary.
For Hillary. The other thing is, right now in the system, being interrogated, is a guy by the name of, I think his last name is Lazarus. He's known as G-U-C-C Lucifer. He was a Romanian taxi driver.
Not Lucifer. Not Lucifer.
No.
It'd be more along the lines which you would be hired.
No.
In other words, is he the
I'm
same?
trying to do a stand-up routine before the stand-up routine.
Don't throw me off. This is important. He was an out-of-work Romanian cab driver who was blackmailing the Romanian government, and he also was the guy that broke into Sidney Blumenthal's emails, and he opened up the whole case. Now they brought him into the United States 2 weeks ago, and he's being interviewed, and they said the only way he can get out of prison, because he's in for 7 years in Romania, is the only way he can get out is if he negotiates with the Americans. So they put this thing on dangle, just carried over his head. I've been watching this for years. I've been watching these people, because once you read Sidney Blumenthal, you know what.
So what's the bottom line? They corrupt us
So
out?
what's the what?
No. You write them off. This thing is they're gonna grind it down.
I would like to add to that a little bit of good news, how some things never change. I mentioned last meeting that Shelley Silver's wife called the local Democratic club,
Right.
telling them who she and Shelley wanted to run as his successor, right? Well, that lady has pretty much not campaigned, and in the latest poll she's not doing very well.
Good.
But a part two of that, Shelley's successor in Albany, a guy named Heasty, is now under FBI surveillance.
Oh, really?
So he may be involved in something.
Hey,
So things just keep getting better and better. As long as we have a
hits just
one-party
keep on
town,
coming.
nothing changes.
Lawrence wants to bring up something before we go forward. Lawrence?
Thank you. Welcome everybody. I'm glad you all came. Thanks for coming. I'd like everyone to take a chance if you want. You don't have to, of course. Anybody who has suggestions as to what, we're just back on our feet again for the Tea Party, right? It was almost dead last year and we're bringing it back. So obviously Tuesday is the nomination, is the primary. And in a couple months we'll know the nominee for our party, for the party which we're likely to support, right, Brooklyn Tea Party. And I thought that we'd focus on supporting that nominee, whoever he is. I know we have differences of opinion, but whoever the Republican nominee is, I think Brooklyn Tea Party support. That is my opinion. I thought we'd go around the room and everybody has a minute or less to tell us what you think Brooklyn Tea Party should do in the months ahead. Okay, you want to start, Daniel? You want to go first? You're in the city? What would you like the organization to do?
Well, I expressed my feelings before, and I think that what I would like to see is for each and every person in the room, in this atrium, backyard, to take a position in politics. And I know that we're not going to run against each other or anything like that, but we can't just complain about what they are doing. We need to take action and take a seat at that location, as an office servant.
You running for office? You think we all should run for something?
I think that we should all support each other,
Okay.
and
Definitely.
and run, put people to run for office, people that we have and trust.
Okay, good. We're getting many comments, right?
Yeah, I'm just watching my lunch, so
You're taking on these ideas, right?
it might take you down everything though. I was waiting for Dan to finish and then
I'm done. Okay. Yeah, Gertrude, do you have any ideas?
I can't think of anything offhand. I just
Okay, Mary?
No, but I like what Dan said. If somebody from this runs
I agree with that 100%.